Hello guys, welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase, and I know it's been a while before my since my last showcase, and today we're going to be looking at the Cult of Azazel and by Venjikus. Let's get started. So, this mod, I'm going to do the review a little bit different. So in this mod, you wanna make it to the Nether before you tackle the things going on in the overworld. So in here, what you want to do is find something called a Gast Chamber, and in here you'll find these little guys called Ghastlies. What you want to do is you want to tame them. When you feed them, you can tame them. You'll see little hearts, and then next time you click on them, they'll glow and they'll throw a little, they'll show where the next structure is at. In this case is the mansion. So if I come over here, it's going to follow me, and as I feed it more red roots, it's going to point me towards a closer mansion, and in the distance we can see one of them. So if I come over here, this is the next location I want to go. After you find the entrance, it's going to look like this. You're going to get some guys bowing at you, and eventually once you make it to the front door, these big Gehinon guards will appear. They'll start shouting, and then you can right click the big gate to open it. After that, you'll get to this location, right click the blocks, they'll disappear, and now you're in this location. In here, you'll find a couple of mobs. One of them is the Manipulator. They have some effects. They will come after you and they will try to use this manipulation kinda effect, which makes you punch and move around randomly. They can also control mobs, making them aggressive to you or the pigmen, and then if you attack them, they're going to spawn mobs. And they also spawn the Gehinon guard too. One of the mobs that they spawn are wither skeletons with golden armor. You can fight them to eventually get out of here. In this location, you also find villagers trapped in the mines, and it's your job to rescue them from them by defeating all the manipulators. Eventually, you'll make it to this gate, which when you right click it, you'll be able to get into the inner sanctum. And after going through some more of those red blocks so you can right click to make them disappear, you'll get to the sacred city. In here, you'll find a bunch of believers. Now then, if you kill a believer, these little statues will appear, and they work as weeping angels, so if you don't look at them, they'll come after you and they will attack. But you can kill them and get some drops from them. In here, you'll also find the Gilded Golems, which are passive by default, but will aggro if you hit them. There's also some manipulators in some zones that will make you move around and hit randomly. There are rooms for you to explore inside. And you can also find a doctor in here, which if you trade them a golden apple, you can get a random potion from them. You can also find little chests that you can acquire things, like that golden apple. This place is extensive and you'll be able to find many things in here. You'll find blacksmith, which you can find and you can give them a tool plus some gold and a tool, and they'll give you back the ingots for that tool, or you can give them a broken tool and some netherite scraps, and they'll be able to fix it. You can also find the trader, which you can give him either a netherite ingot, a diamond, or a golden ingot, and they'll give you a random trade. Eventually you want to make your way all the way to the temple section. When you'll find another big door, you'll right click it, right click the red zone, and you'll keep moving into the church, and in here you'll find a bunch of believers, and you'll find a puzzle in the middle. Now then, if you wanna find out how to do the puzzle by yourself, you can cut off and keep going. I'll put a little description. I'll put a little time thing. But to solve this puzzle, you'll open the barrel in the middle. You'll find an instruction in a blackstone socket. And what you need to do is you can right click the instructions, you'll see this, and what it means is that you have to break the barrel in the middle and replace it for the blackstone socket. This way you'll spawn the boss, Azazel, and as you can see, all the believers now are praying to him, and the battle will commence. Now then, I suggest, instead of fighting it, kill all the believers before you actually start the fight. That way, the boss won't regenerate. And after fighting it for a while, it'll die. I think the battle glitched. I'm going to have to spawn him manually and kill him. I'll do it in creative. And after you kill him, you'll get a little animation showing this. And once he dies, he will spawn a chest or a barrel filled with goodies. These things you'll need for your last location that you're going to be going to. That's located in the overworld. What you mostly need is the Azazel mask. So now we're going to go to the overworld and head there. In the overworld, you'll be able to find something called a believer's house, and in here you'll find a villager. Looks a little bit different. He's now a preacher. And if you right click him, you'll be able to acquire a Cult of Azazel's guidebook, which means you can use the guidebook to be able to see different things about the mod itself. The next structure you wanna go look is called pipes, and they look like this. And in here, you're going to want to dig down and go all the way to the bottom. Well, you'll find another structure which carries these locks on the floor. What you want to do is you want to break them, and every time you break one, you'll get a little pop-up. You want to break 3 of them. Once you break your 3rd one, you'll see a different pop-up, and you'll get in your inventory an altar compass key. What you want to do is you want to right click it until you get a little noise, and now it's locked to the next structure you want to go to. This is called the monument, and what you want to do in here is you want to right click it with the compass. Lightning will strike, and then the compass will start acting up again. Right click it a couple times, and then it'll lock to the next location, which is the head altar, and it looks like this. And inside here you're going to be doing a little puzzle. So what you need is a pickaxe and flint and steel. Another disclaimer: if you don't want to know you want to figure out the puzzle by yourself, you can skip this little section. But if you want to know the answer to the puzzle, is you want to spell out the word Azazel using the galactic alphabet. And as you spell it out, they'll start growing, and in some cases it'll point to you a different word, or it'll point you towards the needed block, which you would need to mine, because you're going to need it, and you're going to need to right click the altar with it to the correct letter. As you right click it, you'll see a little effect, and the letter will be gone and the fire will be gone. Once you spell everything out, you'll see that they're all glowing red, and the locations of the letters you need to mine is one right here. The other one is up here. There's another one here. There's one up here. And the last one is all the way up here. And once you right click everything, you'll see a beam of light coming down, and the portal will be activated. When you walk through the portal, you would teleport it to the Azazel Maze. Azazel, the Azazel Maze. And in here you want to right click the door, and now you can start going through the maze. In the maze you'll hear bells ringing, and eventually you'll see that you'll get in darkness effect on you, making you unable to see, and you'll hear a little noise. You'll eventually find the mob that lives in the maze, which is the Behemoth. They hit really hard, but they don't have that much health. They can be easily defeated. Boop. You'll also find little rooms where they have different things that they could fall off. They can have traps that can blow up, and you want to be careful because some of the blocks blow up, some of them just disappear. You'll also find locations that you can do parkour to be able to get past certain challenges. That parkour is not too bad, but if you fall down, you'll get a damage and it'll just be bad. You might die. And once you're in there, you're probably not getting out. All around, you'll also find these doors and they're blocked unless you use a key, and you get the keys by solving puzzles. The keys look like this, and you can right click the doors to unlock them and get behind them and get to the goodies. Now I'm going to show some of the puzzles that you'll find in these locations. One of them is this puzzle with the statues. What you want to do is remove them and make them all to face this way. Make sure you place them correctly where they were. Once you finish it, you'll get a key, and you can use the key to open the door and continue in your journey to get in all the way to the top of the maze. There's another puzzle having to do with the rainbow, and what you want to do is you want to break these items in the sequence of the rainbow. So all they need is a little punch, so you'll start with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then purple, and then you'll get a key that you can use to open another door. Another puzzle is this one with the faces. What you want to do is just rotate the faces until you see that they all line up, and then you'll get a key to go all the way to the top to the final section. Eventually you'll make it all the way to the top after completing that face puzzle, and you'll find this big guy in the middle of the throne room. What you want to do is, before that, there's a little Easter egg in case you came here before going to the Nether. In the back, you have a book and a quilt with an Azazel mask, and the book says the following. If you don't know what to do, you're playing mod pack and find this structure, you were supposed to go to Nether and find mansion using the Gast Chamber, where you would have killed the mini boss divine heroic Azazel to obtain his mask. But since you're already here, I wouldn't want your journey to be in vain, so I'll let you take this mask here. Sincerely, Dev Venjicus. If mask isn't here for some reason, I'll let you give it to yourself using this command. But in our case, we went to the Nether first, and now we have the Azazel mask. And what you want to do is you come up here to the guy and you right click him with the mask. Right click him. And it didn't work. There we go. You'll get a little cutscene. It'll ask you the following. You, the man who took my face. The mortal who laid me to rest. Yet, you dare face me after your heresy? I should gouge your eyes and cut your tongue. But nay, you impress me. So, I shall give you a chance. To atone for your sins, I shall bestow upon you an option to become of my liege. That is my mercy. So, approach, beast, and bow. And then you have a choice whether to become his friend and worship him, or to fight him. So, in this case, we'll go to fight him, and the battle will commence. And eventually you'll kill him, and you get a little notification. You'll have to kill him again. He'll get up again. You'll have to kill him one more time, and again, until he doesn't get up anymore, and eventually perishes. And you're able to get all the goodies from him. I'm spamming this thing, and inside the chest, if I can get out of this hole, you'll find all this with the music disc and all the armor that I'm currently wearing, and a bunch of netherite scraps. And if you choose to be his loyal servant, you'll be teleported out with a chest. And inside the chest, you can get all the armor, you can get the Cult scroll, and some pieces of faith, and an essence of faith. And that's everything that happens when you choose to be his follower. Now then, that's all these structures and different locations that you guys can find in this mod. And now I'm going to go through the different other mobs so you guys are able to see them and see what they drop. Other structures you can find. You can find netherite scraps on the top. If you step on the red blocks, you will fall, and inside the chest you can find some goodies. First, we'll look at the Gilded Golem. The Gilded Golem is, for the most part, a peaceful mod, but if you hit him, he will attack. They act as golems, but they are quicker at hitting. They are stronger than golems, and their face will change, and they also will spawn their attacks way faster. Once you kill them, you'll get some gold blocks and some pieces of faith for your collection. Another thing you can do is you can also spawn one by creating this structure with golden blocks, and then put in a car pumpkin on top, and then you can get a gilding golem for yourself to protect your house. Now we're going to look at the weapons. First of all is this crimson arrows that you can use, and they'll ricochet and bounce towards a certain direction after they hit a block. Then we also have the Judicus, and the other version of it, which is the Longinus, which they have both effects. When you normal hit something, they'll push them away, and when you right click with it, it'll do this effect and will put withering on the mob. Now the other one that looks like a side, if you right click, will throw a range attack like this, and we hit the target, and then it can also hit, and this one has a stronger attack damage than the other one. We also have a shield that if you right click it, it'll spawn a little cloud giving darkness, manipulation, and withering to any mob that's in the vicinity of it. We also have the staff of manipulation, which you can drag mobs towards you just like that, or you can shift right click to spawn wither skeletons, and they will attack other mobs, and they will not attack you even if you hit them yourself, because they're your pets. Now I'm going to go over the armor, which looks like this. You get it from the final boss that we just defeated, and they work as wings. So if I go to a higher place and then jump down, and then if I right click, I'll get a boost. This will diminish the armor of the set, but if I hit something solid, I'll go through it, it'll mine everything around it, and eventually either I'll come up to a location or it'll just stop midway. And everything I went through became a pickable block that I can just pick up whenever I want to. Now I'm going to go through some interactive blocks that you'll find in the mob. One of them is a second veil, which we saw through the structures. If you right click them, they'll disappear. The same thing with the crimson webs. If you right click them, it'll disappear and you can go through them, and when they're solid you cannot go through them. You'll also find these void lines and void cords. They have different effects. The void lines will hurt you if I'm in survival, and the blue ones that look like black will also hurt you differently. Just by touching them, they'll give you darkness and they'll hurt you, and this one gives you fire. They'll set you on fire and they'll give you wither. Then we also have the crimson honey block, and this one you can actually craft just like this using a honey block and a crimson honey bottle, which you use. You can right click a honey bottle and you can do that. And what the effect does is that you can jump on it, and the more you jump on it, the higher you will go. And the other one, eventually you can just get off and you can use it to just fly down. And we also have the pointed blackstone, and the pointed blackstone works as the similar to dripstone, that if you fall on them you'll take damage just like that. Well, it might have been because of fall damage, but if I'm top of it and I fall on it, I get some hurt like that. And now then we have one more thing called the Totem of Rebirth and the Essence of Faith. The Totem of Rebirth, you cannot craft it, you'll get it from a chest after the battle, but the Essence of Faith, you can craft it using the faith pieces. And you can also have a villager and right click it with it, shift right click, to turn it into a preacher, which then can exchange you for these different exchanges you can do with it. You can also level up the preacher to give you more things. Well, that one died. And eventually you can get him all the way to master to be able to acquire a bunch of different blocks and items from this mod. And the other one is the Totem of Rebirth. If I shift right click, I can spawn a Gehenna guard, which won't attack me because they're peaceful for the most part, unless you hit them, or if I was in a fight with it, it will save me and heal me and teleport me to my spawn point, which in this case is in the middle of the woods. And right now I'm blind. Can't see anything. Also, it gives you invisibility and regeneration. And these effects were given to me before then. Last, we're going to see the music discs. This is the first song. This is the second one. This is the third. This is the fourth. This is the fifth. And this is the sixth one. And that's all of it, and that's everything in this mod. If I missed anything, let me know and I'll reply to your comments and I'll try to help you out the best as I can. And if you like the new way that I did this mod showcase, also let me know, because I'm trying something different that I usually don't do. And if you're still here, I appreciate you sticking around, and why don't you hit that subscribe button and hit that like, it really helps. And I'll see you guys next time. If you have any other suggestions for other mods I should check out, let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!